Hi guys, this is Aubrey, and if you're a new subscriber, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So first of all, before I say anything, happy Halloween week. We absolutely love Halloween in this household, so this week is going to be super busy for us. Busy and fun. So I'm super excited about that. Today, I want to discuss another topic in my Mindful Melting series. So, today I'm going to be talking about questions that I ask myself before I make a purchase. And this is all very new to me because a year ago, I did not have this process. I pretty much would scroll on Facebook, and if I saw a sale, I would either jump on a vendor's website and place an order, or I'd run down to Bath and Body Works and buy a bunch of candles because they were having a sale. And now I'm doing things a little bit different. And I'm doing things differently because I'm trying to get my home fragrance to a manageable state. I will never not have home fragrance in my home ever. I love having a home that smells good. I like being in a working environment that smells good. Like for me, good smelling air is essential. I know that sounds silly, but I do. I really enjoy a space that smells good. But I have also allowed myself to get overwhelmed with what's in my collection. So today we're going to talk about um, my fall candle collection and the recent 75% off sale that Bath and Body Works has. So, my old self a year ago would have seen that 75% off sale of candles, fall items at Bath and Body Works, and I would have ran down to my nearest store. I would have filled my cart with all the things, and I would have walked out, and my son and I would be all happy and excited that we bought all this stuff. We'd bring it home, we'd make a video for you guys, and then I would bring it here into the office, and it would sit for a few weeks until I figured out how to get it into the closet where I keep all my wax. So this year, I did things a little bit differently, and I'm just going to walk you guys through that process so that maybe this could be helpful for any of you guys out there who are trying to get your collection to a manageable state as well. So, the very first thing that I did when I saw that Bath and Body Works was having a 75% off fall sale, I jumped on the website and I filled up my cart. I just filled it up with all the things. And then I just kind of sat back and I was like, okay, my total in my cart, I believe, was like $120, and my savings was like $599. And my initial thought was like, oh my gosh, like that's a huge savings. And I thought, okay, I'm just gonna step away from the computer for a little while and I will come back and check my cart here in a little bit. So I actually waited 24 hours and I came back and I looked in the cart, and I would say like 30% of the things that I had put in my cart were gone, because we all kind of have that same mentality when there's a great sale. We need all the things, and we'll figure out and deal with where we're going to put everything and what we're going to do with it later. So, right off the bat, I would say 30% of what was in my cart jumped my cart, and I was left with like 70% of what I was originally going to purchase. So I opened up my spreadsheet and I looked and I was like, I have 38 fall candles in my collection. And for someone who doesn't burn a lot of candles, so I mostly melt wax, but I do melt, and I do use, so I use my candle crock and I use my candle lamp for Bath and Body Works and yeah, some other brands, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then I burn my Kringle candles. So for me, fall pretty much is September, October, and November. So for 3 months is when I'm really doing all my fall scents in my home. And in that 3-month period, I can typically get through roughly 15 candles. So you do the math. Like if I have over 30 candles in my collection, that's pretty much 2 years worth. So I don't need, first of all, I don't need that many candles. And number two, I'm not going to get through those candles, but I also don't need 25 more fall candles that now I got to figure out how to incorporate back into my closet that I'm not going to get through. And because y'all know next year when Bath and Body Works has another sale, my collection in my closet's going to be double from what it started with this year. And so it just keeps compounding and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger till you get to a point where you're just like, oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to sell all my candles. I'm going to get them out of my house. And I really don't want to do that. I want to enjoy the things that I have purchased without continuing to build up this collection that I'm never going to go through. So back to the spreadsheet. So I looked at the spreadsheet and then I thought, okay, so I've got 2 seasons worth of candles. Do I really need more? So I thought, you know what? Let's take it a step further and let's pull all of these candles out of my closet. So I have all of my fall candles here, and I'm going to quickly show you guys what I have so that you can see what I have in my collection. And I'll share with you the few brands that I have left, because over the years I have tried many different candles and I'm definitely getting to the point where I'm narrowing it down to pretty much 2 candle brands. I'm still doing a little bit of research on a third, but we can talk about that at a later time because that's not part of what I have going on here. So first of all, I'm just going to share with you guys a couple one-offs. So I have this Holiday Memories Harvest Festival. Look at that. It's so sooty. Like this is a candle that I had in my collection before I even started paying attention to candles and soot and caring about what it was doing to my home. So I probably should get rid of that. I have this Zombie Baddie from Above Average Candle Studio. So this was a company that I tried last year. I didn't have a lot of luck with their candles and I only have a couple left. So I'm just finishing these up and getting them out of my collection. I have this Lodge candle that I got that was in a FabFitFun subscription box that I'm not doing anymore because I was subscribed to it for like 7 years and it started becoming repetitive. So I'm taking a break. This also came in a subscription box. This is Summer and Rose. And this is a maple candle. So these, like these ones that come in the subscription box, I have found that they're not always the best burning. So I don't know if these subscription box places get like a bunch of old candles and they get a good deal on them, because very few of them have actually performed when I tried burning them. So most of these I am just putting under my lamp or in my crock. So just a side note for you guys. All right, so I have sugared cinnamon apple from Yankee Candle. And I have Macintosh from Yankee. So I get performance from Yankee. Then I have 2 from Tuscany Candle. So this one is Fireside Spell. This one was cute. If you can see, it had like the witch and the cauldron for Halloween. And then I have Vineyard Retreat. And Tuscany does okay for me. The problem with Tuscany is they go on sale at my local grocery store, and when they go on deep clearance, I tend to buy them because they're on sale. And I just need to get myself out of that rotation. So now we're going to move on to homework. So I have Autumn Days. I have Harvest Donut. And I have Haunted Woods. So I only have 3. I only have 3 left in my collection, and I've stopped purchasing Homeworks candles because they're so hit or miss. Like, I swear, it's like 50-50. Like, half of them perform amazing and half of them I get nothing. So I just really don't want to play the craps game with this candle company anymore. So for me personally, I'm just not going to be purchasing this brand anymore. Now, moving on to Kringle. So Kringle is these candles burn really, really beautifully. Very clean, not a lot of soot. I wouldn't say that they're always like smack you in the face strong, but I can always smell them in my home. And especially in the fall time, I really like the ambiance of a candle, especially like when we're watching spooky movies or it's snowing outside or it's raining outside or it's windy. And so I really like burning candles during the fall season, but I only burn candles in my living room. Like, I don't have candles burning throughout my home. So currently I only have 4 candles from Kringle in my fall collection. I do have 3 Christmas ones, and if you didn't see that, I did a video last week and I picked up 3 of the 3-wick candles from Kringle for the Christmas release because I didn't have any Christmas scents, and I thought 3 is plenty that I can get through during the holidays. So let's go back to what I have in my collection. So I have Thirst, which is super fun. It's like this one came out a couple years ago. I have Carnage. I have California Cab. And I have 7 Days. And this one is super spooky. Ooh, yes. So, Kringle is the brand that I will continue to burn in my home. Now, as far as my candle crocks and my lamps, let's talk about, so since we are going to be talking about the sale at Bath and Body Works, I'll save the Bath and Body Works for last. So we only have 2 companies. So I'm going to save Bath and Body Works for the end because they're the ones that just had the big sale. So ending with them will be a good segue into what I have and if I made a purchase or not during the 75% off sale. So let's do Goose Creek next. So I know that there are many people in the wax community that like Goose Creek. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try and see what I like or see what I think. You guys, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. I think I like the price point. I think the price point on these candles is fabulous. They definitely typically come in a little cheaper than Bath and Body Works, especially when they have a sale. But the burn on these is horrible, guys. Like, I can't believe how much soot comes out of these candles. So for me, I'm just not going to be purchasing Goose Creek anymore because I think the quality and the price point for me at Bath and Body Works is okay. Like, I'm happy when they have sales, and I feel like occasionally I can burn a Bath and Body Works candle. Very rarely will it go from start to like the wick nickels, hardly ever with Bath and Body Works. But the soot I feel is a little bit less on Bath and Body Works. So I only have 4 candles here from Goose Creek. So I have Fall Party Cakes, Apple Boardwalk Cone. Oh, this one's Yankee. So I have a Yankee that I thought was a Goose Creek. So this one is Sun Gold Tomato. And then we have Rainy Day Tea Shop. So I'm just going to get through these candles and just be done with Goose Creek. Now, I may try Goose Creek's Max Wax Melts, but I don't think I'll be purchasing the candles anymore because I'm just not seeing the value for me personally. So now let's talk about what I have left in my Bath and Body Works fall candles. So I have 1 single wick in pumpkin apple. Love this scent. I have a 3 wick in pumpkin apple. I have ice cream float. Ghoul Friends. I swear, Bath and Body Works with Ghoul Friends, pumpkin carving, and vampire blood, it's like these same scents have come out over and over and over and over and over for like, I swear, the last 5 years. Come on, Bath and Body Works, give us something new. I have pumpkin cold foam. Vampire Blood, Honey Crisp Apple, White Pumpkin, Sweater Weather Sweet Cinnamon Pumpkin, A Day at the Cafe, and this is coffee, so this I could do year round, but I just have it in my fall collection. I have Everlasting Magic. This one came out a couple years ago. I have Moonlit Goddess, Pumpkin Spice Latte, Autumn, Wicked Vanilla Woods, Pumpkin S'mores, Football Season, Chestnut Glazed Croissant, and last but not least, The Perfect Autumn. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 candles from Bath and Body Works for my fall collection. So for me, I feel like that would pretty much get me through the rest of this season and possibly into next year. So when I went back to my computer, I went into the cart and I just deleted everything. And I actually felt pretty good. But I feel like I kind of had to go through each of those steps. Like I feel like I needed to fill up the cart, look at my spreadsheet, and then pull everything out and look through it and say, is there anything that I need? Because, I think that if there was anything, that maybe I really, really, really loved, or I felt, it might not come back next year, I could have picked it up at 75% off. But realistically, like there just wasn't anything that I felt like, oh, I have to have this, or, my life is going to be over if I don't get this scent. Plus, you have to remember that not only do I have candles, but I also have Scentsy and I have vendor wax. So I have many options to choose from. So I started with the candles because I felt like as far as my collection is concerned, I have the least amount of candles. And I need to really start divvying up my Scentsy and my vendor wax by season, I believe, because I think it's just easier for me to see when it's time to purchase for that season what I have. And I think I'm going to start doing this going forward is, I'm going to say, okay, we're in that season. It's time to start purchasing Christmas and winter wax. So I need to start going through and seeing what I have. So I do have all of my candles separated by season. So I will probably, I'm going to wait till after, I think I'll wait till after Halloween. And then I will show you guys what I have for my Christmas and winter candle collection. You guys, my Scentsy collection and my vendor wax collection is pretty massive. So if I can figure out how to do that, I will definitely show you guys videos. But yeah, going forward, for me personally, and if you want to apply it yourself is, when you see a sale and it's a sale that's just too good to be true, fill the cart, look at the spreadsheet, and then pull everything out and physically touch it so that you can be fully aware of what you have in your collection before going out and buying more that maybe you don't need, or maybe you do need. But knowing what you have is pretty powerful, because when you're just blind buying, you, like I said earlier, you get overwhelmed and you end up buying so much. So one last thing I want to talk about before ending this video, because I think that it's also something to keep in mind. I want to talk to you guys about the holiday purchasing time frame. I feel like the time frame to purchase like seasonal stuff has gotten longer and longer and longer. So correct me if I'm wrong here, but I feel like, maybe 5 to 7 years ago, fall and Halloween stuff typically started coming out like in September. So you pretty much had September, October, and November to buy your fall and Halloween decor, scents, all the things. This year, and I really like paid attention to it because I kind of like, I am one of those people that it's like, really, we're talking about Christmas and it's Halloween hasn't even passed yet. So I'm going to talk about Halloween, because for me, Halloween really kind of sticks out, especially for 2025. So Bath and Body Works brought out Halloween, I believe it was in June or July. I can't remember if it was June or July, but it was this summer, and they called it Summerween. And Summerween never like went away. Like it came out, and you would think that it would be like pulled back and then brought out closer to the holiday. No, like it went out in the summer. So let's just say that it was July. So you have July, August, September. So 3 months of purchasing fragrances for Halloween. And then October rolls around, the month that Halloween is, and everything went 75% off. And I was like, okay, this is weird. It used to be, I don't know if you guys remember, but it used to be stuff would come out like, let's just say September and October. And then after Halloween, you would get your Halloween stuff at 75% off. And then November, towards the end of November, like Christmas was full on, and you could catch a couple of things from fall on sale. Now they're putting everything out like 3 months ahead of the holiday, and then it's going on sale in the month that the actual holiday is. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But, as someone who has a decent sized collection, I mean, if that's where the retail world is going, I'm just going to buy my scents, especially like the staples that come out every year, in the month, and replenish so I'm ready for next year, and I'll get everything at 75% off. I mean, something to think about, guys. So hopefully this video is helpful for you and you picked up a couple of tips to help you make decisions before you're making large purchases. And if it did help you, leave a comment below. I'd love to know, like, what was the one tip that you enjoyed the most. And I will see you guys in my next video. I hope everybody has a wonderful, safe Halloween. Bye.